finna do my makeup and all of that stuff, but we're gonna get into some things, okay? That's what the fuck we gonna do, okay? People need to understand that friendships and relationships are two different things, and they don't need to cross boundaries at all, and they need to learn how to deal.
Public service announcement. You hoes is weird.
So let's get into some things. I'm finna use this primer that I never used before. I got it out my Ipsy package. It's called the Professional, and it says it targets pores, it targets fine lines, and targets makeup meltdown. That's what I'm gonna need for that. So we're gonna get into some things. I'm gonna be looking in the mirror a little bit, but let's get into the convo. I'm an introverted person. I also grew up as the only child, so that kind of like plays a little part in some of the little things that I go through when dealing with new people, or old people, either way you put it. You know, it's a very natural thing to me, but sometimes it's selective. Sometimes it's real selective. It is what it is. I find it very difficult to deal with clingy people sometimes. I'm a very clingy person, but I just don't like, the entitlement of some people. That shit is a no-no for me. I've grown up with cousins and like lived with cousins and stuff before, but it was very brief, and it just made me appreciate being a single child. And I've realized, like, no matter what category you're in, whether you be an associate, a distant friend, a close friend, a best friend, people expect the same things. But I'm cut from a completely different cloth. Like I'm cut from like a completely different cloth. And I find myself checking people on knowing where their place is. That goes for relationships and friendships. Like I'm constantly having to check people about where the fuck they belong, you know? But off that, I'm about to start on my eyebrows right quick. So let me prep this up right quick. Hopefully, because I've never done my eyebrows on camera. I usually come on camera with my eyebrows done because it's such a tedious process. But I'm finna use my Smooth Finish Brow Mud from the Starlet Collection. Go ahead and check out my website. We're gonna be using a couple of my products today. I'll be using a couple of them. Shit, I done broke up my box trying to open this motherfucker. But yeah, I found myself just, like checking people about where the fuck they place is. And it's like, we grown by this time. I shouldn't have to do that at all. Like, that shit is absurd to me. I had to get my mirror and make sure like y'all gonna be on an angle to see what the fuck going on. Okay. Let me fill this in right quick. But yeah, the things that I don't like, just for starters, are simply like, don't expect more out of me than you expect out of people who play a way bigger role in your life. Like, don't ever do that shit with me. Don't ever. Because you're going to be asked out every time. Asked out every time. And another thing is when I distance myself just for a little minute, because you don't know what I'm going through at the end of the day. If I distance myself, my shit look thick as fuck. We're gonna get all of that right. My shit ain't waxed or arched or nothing. I have two different eyebrows. This one is a little balder. This one, I got shit all up and through, but we're gonna even that out. But yeah, if I happen to distance myself for a little minute, don't call yourself getting an attitude or being like just so selfless that you ain't even like giving a fuck about what I got going on. If you not checking up on me while I'm distancing myself and shit like that, don't come at me with no dumb shit about about not being about not being present. Cause that's gonna leave you assed out every time. And I'm one of those people, I like to renew myself all the time. So I'm constantly changing circles. Constantly. And bitch, you will get left behind if you just insensitive as fuck. I just don't like it. Like, bitch, don't do it. Don't do it with me. And then I'm going to take the little bit that I got left and kind of brush the front. Just dust off my little thing. We done with the eyebrow mud. Y'all see, it just like, even without the cleanup, it's just, it has a real smooth finish. It's really nice. It's really good quality. And if you get this, I don't have it available for purchase separately yet. I just have the eyebrow kit, which comes with an eyebrow pen, an eyebrow pencil, and the finish mud. But I'm finna use my little pencil and just go in the front. Now, where was I at? I have to master doing my makeup and talking at the same time. I'm gonna just do like a little fine line at the bottom, just to have that. So, you see me? I just did that little line at the thing, at the tip. I'm gonna use this to kind of brush up. But yeah, if I call myself getting raw and you get the uncut out of me, just like, I'm just naturally that type of person. So you're gonna know by that time if you're able to take it or not. But when I get raw and uncut, oh, bitch, don't get in your feelings. Don't do that. Don't do that, because if I said it, I felt it was necessary to say. Regardless of why I felt it was necessary. Sometimes I do come out my mouth a lot and just kind of like, do damn, bitch. But, bitch, don't get in your feelings, because I felt it was necessary to say. And if we're not talking about my business, bitch, stay out my business. Real talk. Like, because if I'm not talking to you about my business, maybe it's just not your place. All right, so now we finna clean up the brows with the Butter Pecan Conceal Weapon Concealer from the Starlet Collection. And I don't have a foundation on my website yet. I just ordered the packaging for it because I think I kind of want to, like, you know, make sure that I have as much as shades as possible, because I know how that is. Me being a Black owned business, I definitely need to pay attention to shit like that. And my website is really good for it's really like beginner friendly makeup. It's very simple. And if you don't wear that much makeup and you just want like a natural little look, perfect. So I'm about to put this little lining under, do a quick little lining, and then I really don't want to do this part on camera because it's such a tedious process. But people always asking me, how do you get your eyebrows so straight? But now I feel like I'm thinking about it too much. But it's time. And then it's going to be a long pause because I'm focusing on it. But y'all see that shit clean as a bitch. I'm going to come back when it's done. And then I'm going to do the rest of my face. So the eyebrows is pretty much done. But we got to buffer this out. Because the most important thing with makeup is blending. Now we're going to use the Fenty. I got Fenty in 450. This is like such a great motherfucking foundation. I just love, I like hydrating not primers. I like, well, primers too. I only use hydrating primers and hydrating foundations. I don't like the whole dry look. I do use setting powder sometimes. You know, just depending on what kind of night it's going to be, what type of day it's going to be. But yeah. I'm going to blend this out really nice. But yeah. Like, I'm a real thoughtful person. I'm a real mindful person. Like, all of that. You know, people experience me different. A lot of people experience me different. And that's just how it's going to be. Like, and if I ever, like, just become... Damn, where's my little... Shit. I could use this one, but I don't want to. But they probably got some other shit on it. Nah, we good. So we're gonna use this to kind of blend this out. Yeah, like, yeah, but if I ever stop being that shit, it's because you ain't deserve that shit no more, for real. Probably never did. Probably the fuck never did. And like I say, people experience me different. If I just come off like that without you even knowing me like that, I did it with no effort, baby. I did it with no effort, baby. That's just how my energy feel about you. And you could take it upon yourself to wonder, well, I can't, da, 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 da. I advise you not. I advise you to not be that type of person. Just don't worry about the shit. Just say fuck her and keep it moving. Because, baby, I promise that's what I'm doing. I promise that's what I'm doing. Ain't nothing intentional over here most of the time. Ain't too much intentional over here. That's just the type of person that I am. I can't stand people who just want to be bigger than what the fuck they are when it comes to taking placement in other people's lives. Don't do it. Don't do it. And going back to, you know, expecting more from me than the people who play a bigger role in your life. Like, if you got a significant other, baby, it's certain shit ain't even worth addressing with me. Because, like I said, it's certain shit that I just can't give people. Now, let's talk about actual relationships. I don't like dating too much. I don't like dating. Oh my gosh. Meeting new people. I like meeting people without the intentions on dating, if that makes sense. Like, I don't like the pressure of intentionally trying to get to know somebody. Like, if I meet somebody out, they ask for my number, we chatting it up a bit, and there's no pressure to what the fuck we got going on. Some people, niggas be putting too much pressure on the situation, and I don't like that. I don't like people. I don't know. Am I an irresponsible person? Do I not like responsibility? I don't know. I don't know. That could be the case. But as far as relationships, I hate having to walk people through how to deal with me. I just hate it. I hate it. I can't stand it. And that's why I be going ghost. Call me ghost. Because that's where I'm going. Ghost. I ghost people a lot. And it ain't nothing personal. It's nothing personal. I just like relationships without the pressure, for real.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.